High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband.
Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available.
Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing.
Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today.
High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meat, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian with Arrow Electric. One of the things that we specialize in is whole home backup generators. Oklahoma is notorious for having all types of bad weather. It can leave your home without power for days, sometimes even weeks. With a whole home generator from Arrow Electric, you can have peace of mind that your home will have power day in and out.
But don't forget to mention that all veterans, active military, first responders, and teachers get $250 off whole home generator installed. And financing is also available. Call us at Arrow Electric for service to the point.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Navigating through Medicare.
Are you looking for a reliable lawn and landscape contractor? Call Red Tail Lawn Service. We offer residential and commercial lawn care. Red Tail Lawn Service. Call today, 405-613-9718.
At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our Safe, Secure Kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
At Ortho Central, our goal is simple, to make your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after your grandkids, or simply enjoying a day without pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and now Newcastle, Ortho Central's team of surgeons, physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers are committed to helping you live your best life. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help.
We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today, located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Hello, this is Pastor Todd at Snow Hill Baptist Church. We want you to know that you're always welcome at Snow Hill. In fact, we welcome anyone and everyone. We want to extend an invitation that you show up just any Sunday you want to, because we like to say all are welcome here at Snow Hill.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the Tiger Den, where we have our number 1 ranked Tuttle Tigers taking on the Sulphur Bulldogs, who's ranked number 9 in 4A. Sulphur moved up a little bit this year, Matt.
Yes, Sulphur is in our class now, so I think as we alluded to last week on the show, the largest class is 32, that's 6A, and then 5A is the next class, which has 38, so they picked up 6. And then 4A, which is us, picked up 6, so there's 38 teams in 4A, and then 3A has all the others. So essentially they moved 12 teams out of 3A because, by the time you pick up 6 in 5A and 6 in 4A, that's 12. So it took some of the numbers out of 3A, which was the smallest class, which caught any other schools below a certain ADM. So, and one of those was Sulphur. So one of the good teams or better teams that moved up to 5A was Chickasha, so they're in 5A. They're out of our class this year, and they're still a little bit maybe not in the news as far as where they're at, but I think at the end of the season they're going to be right there competing for a state championship in that class. They've got a lot of young talent that Coach Randall has been working with for several years, and I get to watch them wrestle Tuesday night, so talk a little bit about that a little bit later. And
yeah, I'm sure Chad Randall's really happy to be up in 5A. Who's the top teams in 5A this year, do you know?
Well, last year Carl Albert won it, and they kind of were a sleeper. They were under the radar, and then they got 5th at regionals and then won the state tournament, which is rare because usually your regional placing indicates how you're going to do at state because that's where you qualify your guys and so forth. And the brackets lined up right for them, and they wrestled above their head and won a state title. So this year I think it's still Carl Albert, Coweta, Elgin, Chickasha.
Collinsville's kind of fell off a little bit, or
they fell way off. Yes.
They lose their coach, or is it just
yes, coach left. Yeah, and well, here goes Tigers are fixing to run out to the traditional song.
Here we go. Got a bunch of the youngsters running out with them. I like to see that. Anytime you can get the youth involved, and I think I was told that we have a couple of Little League guys going to wrestle tonight in between some matches as well.
Yeah, I think either during a TV break or just worked in, they're going to do like a little abbreviated match, a 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute period. I think they're wrestling 3 of them or something.
That'd be pretty cool.
Now everybody please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats and headgear for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, it looks like we got a good home crowd.
We do. It's pretty well packed over here on the home side. Sulphur actually brought quite a few people. I'd say there's at least 50 or 60 over there.
Yeah. According to O-Wrestle, they have 7 ranked individuals, and we have 10. So there should be some competitive matches. Maxwell still has not got a match this year at home.
No,
that's 3 forfeits and 3 duels at home.
That's
so
not good. He'll get some action next week, though, for sure.
Oh, there's no doubt. As they make the trip up to Stillwater to the Hall of Fame duels. So they've got a kid listed here at 106, but no, he's in at 13. So he's ranked at 106, ranked 7th in our class by Old Russell. Could be a good match.
Cooper Jackson, is he ranked currently?
Yes.
I actually like how the little kids get a run out with them when they shake hands, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal for them. You kind of send a few of them out per weight with each kid, and they get to run out and act like they're kind of a big dog, you know.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So they got Cooper Jackson ranked at 106 and 10th. So
okay. So
I don't know who does the 4A rankings, but some of these, evidently they need to get these updated, and he needs to do his homework, whoever that is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
The rankings, like a lot of people know, they don't mean anything, but here's what they provide for your fans and for us with the radio and stuff like that, some talking points and
typically some good matches. If you've got kids ranked in O Wrestling, and like this, this first match, I guess we'll have a 7th ranked against a 10th ranked.
Yeah.
That tells you it should be a pretty good
and that's
match.
based off 106, but they're at the same weight here. So
Right.
120 Chance Fisher, so he's ranked at 113. Third, coming off of a state placing finish last year.
Yep.
Landon Jones is ranked 7th.
So that ought to be another pretty good match.
I think they're still working through some lineup issues here at 126. I know we're not keeping up with what they're being introduced here, but
we can talk about them once they come up and wrestle as well.
Yeah.
So.
Cody Abston at 215. Gillum, who holds a head-to-head win over Warren from last year, so should be an exciting match.
Yeah.
Not sure what weight we're
Justin
starting
Gillum,
at. Yeah.
Pretty good-looking kid, big boy. But he plays nose guard or tackle at
His
least.
dad was a longtime football coach down in Plainview, and now he's athletic director. And
captains tonight are McDoulet and Absent. I didn't see if we were odds or evens, but we'll find out here pretty quick, I guess.
Yeah, we'll also find out what weight we're starting at.
So is that determined if the coaches are both cool with starting at 106, they just start at 106, but if somebody wants to start at a different weight, then they got to draw a weight out of a hat?
Well, in high school, you're supposed to still draw every time. Sometimes you look at each other and you wink, and you draw 106.
I understand how that goes.
The referee asked, we drew 106.
Yeah, because back in the day, it always just started at light and went to heavy.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand that, though. If, depending on matchups and stuff, you might, bump somebody up or down depending on who they're wrestling to try to get the advantage. If you
where you want to start,
early,
maybe. And, the traditional semi, I like starting at the bottom, but there's some reasons to start at other weights, tournaments and everything else.
So 113, we have Cooper Jackson from Tuttle, like we talked about, ranked 10th, and Landon Jones from Sulphur.
Cooper in on a great shot there.
Oh, quick, too.
Quickly scores him a takedown. Cooper Jackson last year was junior high state placer. He was on the summer cadet dual team, our Oklahoma team, and you can tell he's hit puberty and he's got in the weight room. When those two things coincide, you start seeing some muscle mass put on the kids. And
oh, yeah. He looks good out there for 113.
He won a Tuttle tournament last year. Oh, he walked right into a shot. Boy, that was a nice finish by actually, this is Noah Heitland. Noah Heitland at 113.
Yep.
Ranked 7th. So
that takes the score to 3-2.
Cooper's going to be looking to try to escape here. He wants to keep his arms from getting tied up. Cooper also last year won the Tuttle tournament. at 106 pounds.
So he did wrestle a little high school last year.
Yes. Kid got a little bit careless on top. Now Cooper Jackson's working for reversal.
Looks like
that should be a reversal. That should be scored as a reversal there. A little bit later.
We got it now. So takes us 4-3 with about 30 seconds left here in the first period. So as advertised, this is shaping up to be a good match. Got to watch getting.
And now he reversed us, so he's, short time left. We may be trailing going into the second period
we
here.
Definitely need to try to get away with 13 seconds left here in the first period.
So they each had a takedown. They each had a reversal.
And one escape. For Holland. Heitland.
He rides him out there, so Cooper Jackson going to be down by a point.
Heitland, I think it was his choice. Nope, it was our choice, so we went down. Heitland deferred.
So we must be.
We'd be evens, right?
Evens, maybe. Yep. For those of you that don't know, the even-odd deal, at each weight there's 14 weights. So they flip the coin at the first of the dual match, what they just did a while ago, and you pick odd or even. And on the odd or even matches, so like this is the second match because 106 was the first match as a forfeit. This is considered an even-numbered match. So the person who's even, what team's even, they have to put their wrestler out first, and they also get choice second period.
Gotcha. Got a quick escape by Cooper Jackson. That's going to tie the score up at 5s.
We lost a dual state title back in 2008. Part of the reason was we lost the toss, and so Cushing was able to dictate matchups. Yep. Nice takedown by Cooper Jackson.
Yep. And they played it to their favor. And
yeah, so, this is even match, so we had to put Cooper out. So they could have possibly thrown out somebody else to wrestle him and bump a kid up. And so
maybe instead of two kids and taking a possible loss, you'd make a tie out of it. You throw your better kid against our worst kid and vice versa.
And, if you got two kids weighing in the same weight, and that's, how you sometimes do it at dual state and hope you get the toss. Cooper Jackson picked up some near fall.
Yeah, we got a 3 near fall count there on the edge of the mat. So that takes us to 10-5 in favor of Cooper Jackson from Tuttle.
Kind of broke the match open here for a second. So that's good. Come out of second period, get off bottom, get a takedown, and transition into some near fall points.
Definitely. See if we can ride him out here for 50 seconds. That'd be big going into the third period.
This young man on bottom got away in the first period, so we'd look to see Cooper try to secure a little bit better control here, riding him. Ran him over with.
I think he's found something that works there. Got another 5 count, so I don't know if he can pin him in that position unless he can get his hips back over on the other side. That kid's pretty limber, isn't he?
Yeah. And I don't know if he has that near side arm.
Yeah,
there
as soon as those hips came over, that was going to do it. So picks up a fall. Well, that'll help change the rankings a little bit.
Coach Williams was really pleased with Cooper's effort last week at the Mid-America tournament. I think Cooper got 5th, which the way that tournament worked, if you got beat in the quarters,
you didn't get a chance.
You didn't get to go for 3rd and 4th. You had the best you could get was 5th because of the setup of it.
And and it's also based probably on the matches a day, right?
Yes.
It's a big tournament, and I know they bracket it and flight it, and you do pull brackets and everything too.
Here they blew the whistle.
Well, Chance Fisher comes out just firing guns with a quick takedown right out of the gate.
This is a number 3 and a number 7 ranked matchup in Class 4A. Fisher's going to kick him loose. We call cutting him, letting him up, basically giving him a point.
Right back in on that single.
Where you've really seen the separation in scores is in college with the 3-point takedown. So right now in college it'd be 6-1. In high school it's 4-1.
Right.
So anytime you let them up, it's only a 1-point net gain in the score.
And it's really funny because the fans are still a little confused. You'll hear them screaming 2, and it's really 3, but it doesn't sound right to scream 3. It's a little bit different.
It's I was at the Bedlam duel in Norman last Sunday, And early on, there was a couple of good matches, and I found myself going, come on, that's 2, that's 3.
Yeah,
you know, you
definitely.
kind of roll into it, and I think everybody's in the same boat. You've yelled 2 for so long whenever you thought it was takedown. And
especially when you got a tight match and it's close and you think
Oh,
your
yeah.
kid, I mean, the whole stands will just get up screaming.
Yeah.
You'll see the 2 fingers coming up.
Yeah.
Kind of awkward now screaming 3 and having 3 fingers come up.
Yep, but it's been a great rule change. You know, it's allowed just more action. You separate the score, and you know,
And
just
the
like
way
that.
I think it's the way it should be. It's kind of hard to go take somebody down and then give them one, and you're only up by 1 point.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Go into the second period, they go down, they get away. We got a tied score, and you know it's a lot easier. Well, not necessarily a lot easier, but it's a lot easier to get away from somebody, I think, than necessarily take them down. So.
Yeah, and through discussion and through the rule change, that's what it was. It was, you know, the difficulty in getting a takedown should be worth 3 points.
Yep.
And
High school, I bet, will probably change here in the next 5 years, I would think, just to match that.
Yeah, there's a chance. I'd say maybe a little bit less than that. You know, the thing that might have to happen in high school is the 3 and 4 or the 4-point near fall, just to, you know, put somebody on their back is the ultimate in wrestling,
right?
And that should still be rewarded. Your chance is finishing, defending a single leg.
Yeah, he kind of let him away, and this.
Oh,
James has gotten in twice, and that was pretty slick.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed there in Chance's recovery and defense there, but you got to give Landon Jones credit. That was a great takedown.
Yep.
Chance
nice
with a standing
reversal
switch.
right there, too. Takes a 6-4. 30, a little over 30 seconds left here in the first period.
Another good competitive match here, you know, and you know sometimes in some of these matches like this, you know, just like the last match, it takes a little while, and you just got to wonder, you know, if Sulphur, they're a little bit underdogs in this duel, of course, if they can just sustain the same amount of intensity and fight that is required.
Yeah, no, definitely. And also, you know, you got 2 ranked kids here. It takes a little bit to kind of fill each other out. You know, nobody wants to go out and do something stupid right out of the gate. So, you know, see how it kind of goes. So, another good match, 6-4. We'll see. So, red goes down.
You know, and one thing people's come to realize when you wrestle a Tuttle Tiger, you're going to have to wrestle all 6 minutes.
Oh, there ain't no doubt
So if you're
about
going to beat them, you're going to have to earn it, and you're going to have to keep battling. So we start the second period here. Chance with
nice
another
reverse.
good reversal. Technique called a switch.
Yeah, he's got that switch down. He just hit the first one from a standing switch and that one from the ground. So.
Yep. That's a technique he's really comfortable with, obviously. Now he's putting in a shallow leg.
Got a little winged up there. It'd be nice to get some near fall points here.
Yep, as he's up 8-4, now he's going to try to run this chicken wing around.
He's staying in good position on top, you know, keeping himself square, not trying to get too fancy, I don't think, but just, you know, staying in a good square, waiting on Landon Jones to try to make a mistake maybe. And really not a whole lot of action from Landon Jones on bottom, but just more, we're going to get some near fall here, baby. Now got a little roll through. So.
Well, I got up here what I thought was fairly early for the junior high duel, and I forgot that we had the big band concert and talk about another outstanding program. Really great
definitely.
leadership with Mr. Boothby, been here, probably 16, 18 years now. But they've got a big concert going next door. Here we go, getting some near fall.
Yep. Got the 5 count. That gives him the 3 near fall.
Needs to work over on top, maybe switch off to a side headlock here. Yeah. Now he missed the bottom arm. Now he's going to go for a bottom leg cradle, put his head in the side. Maybe he'll lock it up. Still got time. The referee still has not awarded the points because he still, you know, has a kid in a jeopardized position.
Right. Now you should award the points. There we go.
Short
got
time.
10 seconds. It's a good second period. That's the second one in a row where we came out in a pretty tight match and we pulled away quite a bit in the second period with another 2 count too to add on 2 more points. That's going to take us 13-4. So
takes a 9-point lead in the third period. Young man for Sulphur is going to elect to go neutral.
So how come Sulphur's green? Is typically your home team is green, isn't it?
Yes, I And sometimes the referee makes that decision.
I understand.
And maybe.
Oh, nice.
And I don't even know because
there.
Sulphur's red as well.
Yeah, be kind of confusing as well.
And this kid's got red knee pads and.
Getting pretty close to a tech fall here.
Up by 11. Needs a couple of 3-point turns.
Well, he has 3 on his fingers right now.
Now he might as well try to settle in and get the fall.
There we go.
I noticed in junior high duel, this referee, he calls falls pretty quick, so you may not want to get on your back very long tonight.
Yeah. No, some guys like to check and see and double check and triple check, and some guys see it touch and bam, it's over. You know?
By rule, it is a full 2 count, so it's a 1-1,000, 2-1,000, held where both shoulder blades are on the mat. So like I said here, this is 126. So as I alluded to earlier, we have 2 guys weighed in, Ryland Slover and Kason Rumley, and I think they're working through this. I know that Rumley beat him for 5th and 6th at the tournament this weekend. Also beat him in the Tuttle pre-Turkey tournament and beat Slover. But Slover's also beat some guys that beat Rumley, I think. So
yeah, it's kind of back and forth when you're close like that. It's happened quite a few times here. So
Rumley finished 5th at the tournament and Slover 6th last week at Enid. Let's pull up some rankings here and see what we got.
Wrestling Ada, is that Groves?
Aiden Graves.
Aiden Graves. I need
Slover
to make sure
in on a good shot.
Got to make sure I bring my glasses next time. It's kind of hard to see up here. It's dark and not much light, and plus I can't read that close up anyway. Yeah, quick takedown, and he kind of let him up. Let's see how this goes. What's our next match where we got a couple of ranked kids?
I'm going to do a little bit of studying here real quick and see. Aiden Graves, I hadn't found him yet, so he's not one of theirs. And our guy's ranked 4th.
Okay. Slover's ranked 4th?
Yes.
What's Rumley ranked? Or is he probably ranked
well,
at a different weight?
They're not going to put 2 guys in. So,
Right. Oh, nice little short fireman's there.
But you'd have to think Rumley would be right in the same mix. He beat
definitely.
Slover twice in 2 tournaments this year. So
Slover's a freshman, right?
Yes.
And what is
Rumley's a junior.
Okay.
Both grew up in Tuttle wrestling here, so since they're little bitty.
Yep. Homegrown young men.
6-2 here with Slover on top. I think you'd like to get the arm through before you go back there. He kind of rushed that a little bit. Oh, was I kidding?
Man, another quick fall. That one was really quick. I think he's got the thinking if he has at least a 2 count and them shoulder blades touch, it's all over. But
is there an NFL game going on at home tonight?
There is an NFL game tonight. I don't know exactly who's playing. I think the Chargers are playing somebody, but maybe he's a Charger fan, you know. Hey, we got a couple of little guys. And these are little guys. This has to be some Division I with a little bull rush right there. From up here, they almost look like twins.
Yeah, I can recognize the one that just picked up the fall. That's Coach Harris's son, Max.
Okay.
And I'm not sure the other young man's name, but that was a good takedown, and they're going to go again for another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
he kind of just let him gave up the 2, didn't he? I think this is pretty cool, though, especially if you're a grandma or grandpa at home and you were told your grandson, who's, you know, I'm going to assume these guys are probably in kindergarten or 1st grade, is going to wrestle live here under the big lights in the Tiger Den here tonight. That has to be something pretty entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah, these kids will be talking about it all the rest of the week, you know, and be fired up.
Yeah. I'd like to see old B.J. Jackson's little son Shane come out here and wrestle in one of these.
Yeah.
I know that kid's like a book when it comes to wrestling.
Somebody's asking me about BJ a while ago, wanted to know where he's been. I said, well, he's got a 7th grade daughter. I don't know what grade Avery's is, but she's the middle one.
Yep.
And then Bobby Shane, the youngest one. I said, so when you get 3 kids and they're young like that,
I know
your priorities start changing.
Well, that and they're playing probably softball. Girls are probably playing basketball or something.
So Brielle's down in Cache tonight. That's where the 7th grade girls basketball team's at.
There you go.
132 weight class. Let's see what they announce here.
Next up, 132 pounds for Sulphur, Landy DeArmond, and for your Tigers, Bodie Wilson.
Bodie Wilson and Landy DeArmond. Wilson for Tuttle, sophomore. He was state qualifier last year. He also wrestled on the cadet team this summer, which is the 16U Oklahoma national team.
You got any information on Landy DeArmond?
I don't have anything on Landy DeArmond. The next weight, they have Cole, Jonah Cole ranked at this weight from Sulphur.
Got a nice takedown by
Landy.
No.
Bodie Wilson. Sorry.
Bodie Wilson.
Sorry.
Yep. Gave him a quick escape.
Landy
right back in on a single leg.
Ref gave 2 there.
We've had a good wrestler come through here, old Brady DeArmond.
Outstanding wrestler.
Yep.
Wrestling at UCO still.
Yep, outstanding wrestler, outstanding young man.
He was one of the state champions back in 2020 when we set state record and had 9 champions that year.
Yep.
Out of 14 weights.
Another takedown, looking for a cradle here. Near side cradle. Got his head in the hole where he needs to be.
Probably just needs.
So did you say Bodie Wilson was a state qualifier last year?
Yes. Yep. As a freshman, and that was at Blanchard. He they decided to move to Tuttle over the summer. And
see if they can take him to the next level. Blanchard has some good athletic programs, but wrestling's not one of their super better ones, correct? They've had some state champs in the past, but they're
they're always solid. Most recently they won state in football.
Right.
They've won some state titles in baseball, so that's their 2 main things.
You come over to Tuttle, you probably got a lot better room, and just looking at the kids that are within 10 pounds of them, you got partners for days. So.
Yep. And I'd like to kind of flip those tides a little bit in football and baseball. For a long time, Tuttle's kind of had the advantage over Newcastle and Blanchard in almost all sports.
Yeah.
And
baseball, we actually beat them last year in the state final. We got beat by them, and then the next year beat them. And I think this year it'll be kind of the same. They should be the top 2 favorites to win state this year, I would think.
A lot of good baseball in this area. As Bodie Wilson got a reversal here and goes up 8-2, middle of the second period. He's got a tight chicken wing secured on the right side.
Got the arm barred up.
Once he catches that other bar on the other side, he's got to stay back behind it.
And keep him broke down, too.
Now he's got just a little cheap tilt, just kind of tipping him up right there with his foot.
But a good job of chain wrestling there, too. One move don't work, switch right back off, go to something else. So
that right there was a great example of that. He lost the wing and went right into a tilt. Referee was still holding the same points from the previous tilt. Now he's went in transition to the other side, so got a full 5-second count for 3 near fall. Those of you watching see the referee holding it. Like we've mentioned before, he will not award it until the young man on bottom is defendable position.
Basically had to let go of the chicken wing.
Yeah.
That takes us to 11-2 here in the closing seconds of the second period. Looks like we're going to get a couple more swipes right here. He's got that little wing cheek tilt down pretty good.
Yep, that's one of the notes Sulphur coach will be making, that, hey, we're going to go back, 132 pounds, need to work on not getting caught in that tilt and how to defend.
Yeah.
Still early in the year. 13-2, that was a big period right there.
Yeah, when you get on your back 3 times in a period, that's kind of.
Yeah, got a reversal and 6 set of back points, I think.
Yep.
We elect to go down. Hit a little bit of a elevator, little roll. Looking for a switch as well.
Oh, that's a nice transition right there.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of catch him in a cradle with his leg
did.
across. That's a little bit unorthodox. Sometimes you just end up in something, and that's what this is.
If we don't pin him here, this will be the end of the match. We'll definitely get the tech fall out of this if we let him roll out of bounds. So. Yep, that'll be a tech fall, third period tech fall. Final score 18-2 for you guys that don't know. A tech fall is when beating your opponent by more than 15 points.
That should bring the team score to what, 29-0.
Yeah. We did say Sulphur was ranked 9th. Was that correct in 4A? So, that's your top 10 4A team. That's a good opponent.
Here goes Thomas London at 138 pounds.
Next up, 138 pounds for Sulphur, Jonah Cole. And for your Tigers,
Jonah Cole was ranked 9th in 4A. I'm not for sure what Thomas is ranked, but saw him wrestle the other night. He's looked pretty good so far.
He's not in the rankings. Last year he wasn't a starter, so he didn't qualify for state. Placed at a few tournaments. So these rankings hadn't been updated.
Well, and he was kind of behind Bo Hickman last year.
Yeah, he's been behind some really
kind of tough to do. When you're in that position, you kind of got to either get a little bigger or get a little smaller. How'd he end up at Mid-American Nationals?
So Bodie Wilson, who just wrestled, he ended up 6th, and Thomas ended up
nice little
7th.
hip toss step over right there to his back. So Thomas London finished 7th at Mid-American Nationals. Nice to see him pick up a fall right here. If you're out there listening, we used to have a fall sponsor. We'd sure like to have another one. It makes it a lot more exciting. If you're interested in that, please get a hold of Coach Brooks, our athletic director, and let him know.
Yeah, they would be shelling out some money if it was by falls. 'Cause I know last week or Tuesday we wrestled at Memorial, and tonight against Sulphur we picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 falls and a tech fall.
Yeah.
Here's one of our champs from last weekend, Bo Hickman. He went 7-0 last week at Mid-America Nationals in Enid.
And I would assume he's probably ranked number 1 in 4A, if not number 1 in the state of Oklahoma.
I would think he's probably the number one kid at 144 pounds. Quick takedown.
Yep.
Going to let him up. So you can elect to let him up when you go back to center. He still earns his 1 point escape.
Oh, nice ankle snatch.
Snagged it. 4-0.
Bo's one of our 2 Tuttle kids that's committed so far to Oklahoma State. Be nice to have. Well, he's just a junior. I don't think Dustin and Luke would still be there theoretically when he's a freshman. Maybe if they're a student assistant coach.
Luke plans to stick around and be a GA for a year. He kind of wants to coach. He's not sure if he wants to coach in college. He's getting a business degree and then going to get a master's degree in business. So he could still be there when Bo came in as a freshman and Ethan Teague. He'd be an outstanding coach. He enjoys it. He likes to explain the moves and connects well with kids.
Yeah, it does a lot of camps in the summer, I noticed.
Yeah, yep.
They don't call you back if you're not doing a good job of teaching, right?
Exactly. Bo, he made it look easy last week. He won in the finals by major decision, 12-3. And that kid was a kid from Houston West Side who was a cadet All-American, a 16U All-American. So,
man.
In the semifinals, he won 11-0. So
who ended up winning the tournament?
A team out of Utah beat us. It was a little surprising to me. I didn't know them. I think at a few places, we either need to win our pool and get us set up better in the bracket. We had 3 finalists. One of them, or 2 of the finalists were at the same weight. So we had a younger kid in at 165 pounds, and then we had
How close was the final score?
probably
20 points this year?
No, I think it was like 40 or 50 maybe. But that tournament, the way they scored, you scored a lot of points. For example, Bo Hickman got first place, scored 69 points.
Oh, okay.
And
so if we'd have had Sunshine down at 65, we'd have had a.
Yeah, Sunshine didn't score any points, and Ethan Tigg scored 67 at his weight. So potentially, 60 points, and it's one of those deals, getting all the guys in a lineup, and sometimes early in the year it's a little bit tough.
Yeah, you got a couple of kids at the same weights trying to figure out who's going where and whatnot. Well, Bo's putting on a show, 13-3 here in the second period, and I expect to see a pretty quick slap here at any second if we can just get his hips back over again.
Picked up a fall. So what you've seen Bo do a lot of times, and last year the same way, get some wrestling in, score points.
Yeah, once you get a little work.
Right when it gets to about the technical fall, winning by 15, he pins them.
Well, as my son used to always say, Dad, that's called a tech pin.
Tech pin or a tech fall, yeah. Tech pin.
Tech pin, you tech them, then you pin them. So.
Yeah, that's kind of by design. You want to go out and be able to get some work in, and our kids understand in order to put good crowd, they want to come watch, and things have turned into events, and so you want to put on a good show for them and display some of your talents and techniques.
So we got old Bo Tender here at and he's wrestling
150 pounds.
Is that Josh McClure?
Bo Tender versus
Jody
Caleb Madron.
Caden Madron. Okay. Bo gives up a quick takedown. Bo's one of those little scrappy kids. He did not wrestle when he was little. I think he went out in the 7th grade, if I remember correctly. Gets an escape here.
Let's see. I'm checking some rankings here. Maddox Mobley. He's at the next weight. They got him ranked 4th.
Okay. He'll be wrestling Eli Prost.
And Eli Prost is ranked 6th. So
that'll be a good match.
But they have them both at 150.
It's almost like whoever's doing the old wrestling's just got one weight class down on everybody.
Yeah, they got a kid named Bear Webb, and he's not in the lineup at 144, ranked 4th for Sulphur. And Bo Tender is not ranked. Going to be a good competitive match here, 2-1, as Bo's trying to defend a takedown here. So,
20 seconds left here on the edge of the mat. You definitely don't want to give up something cheap here.
Circle. And he picked it up.
He did.
4-1. He needs to try to maybe get a restart here.
Yeah, 12 seconds. We can at least go into the second period down by a takedown.
That's a little, a lot of times you can get out of bounds and get a restart. It gives Bo a fighting chance here to maybe get a point, an escape point, or reversal in 12 seconds.
Yeah.
First being, flat on his belly on the side of the mat. Bo needs a hustle here just a little bit with understand there's sense of urgency with only 5 seconds left.
Well, that's going to take us into the second period, 4-1.
Bo goes down. Well, I'm in a new job. I guess I can't say new job. It's my 4th year, but we recently selected Teacher of the Year at the high school. So probably could give a shout out to Melissa Overcash, who's in our English or history department, is one of our Teacher of the Year. And in our English department was Miss Manuel, our senior English teacher. So 2 outstanding educators at the high school, voted on by their peers.
That's pretty awesome. Y'all do that every year around this time?
Yes, every year. And then Each site will have a teacher of the year, and then it goes in, and then there will be a little interview by some community members, and they ask them questions. And there is
Bo got him a takedown. We got a chance here for some near fall. If he can lock his hands up here.
Lock his
Get that
power half right there. Push the kid's head under with his arm and start cranking him under.
Yeah.
Or just pull him back and get a tilt. But
yeah, we got 2 count. Oh, got a scramble here.
And he turned into him real hard.
Yeah,
and
got a 2 count and gave up 2 reversals. So I think that ties it up. If I'm not, 6-6. Uh-oh, we got to fight the cradle. With an escape, takes us to 7-6. Halfway through the second period here.
I think everybody in the Tuttle community's got my cell phone number, so instead of having a chat box, I just got to check my text
All right,
messages.
yeah. If you got something for us, just text Coach Serber, and we'll try to address any questions or comments you have.
Coach Cobb, who filled in the other night for us, he just texted a little earlier. Looks like the A-team's back on Tiger TV. We appreciate Coach Cobb and Trent London filling in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They did an outstanding job, or so I heard. I have not had a chance to listen, but that might be self-proclaimed, I guess.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, and the reason we missed was a good cause. I'm not going to brag on my partner here, but Matt was a state champion at Chickasha, and they honored all the state champions Tuesday night. Had a pretty nice turnout there for a Chickasha duel as well. So congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. That was a fun time. Got to see some old friends. And here as we go into the third period, up 7-6. This is going to be an exciting period.
This is. We'll see how well Bo can stay in good position here and ride him.
He's getting just a little bit out of position here. That leg that's across, you'd like to have in the middle, in his crotch. And
he's back to that power half, though. As long as he can stay square and keep the power half on and get his leg back out, he'd be in a lot better shape here.
Yeah, and if I were him, I'd be trying to settle for maybe just a stalemate, kind of get to a position where we're not improving and the referee may.
And he got his leg out, so we're back in a good position. Got him flat now, so now it's time to maybe work something.
This is one of them deals where you often hear 1, not 2. What that means is a reversal puts us behind, but an escape, meaning 1, not 2. Escape, it's tied up, and there's, you're at least going to overtime or you got a chance on your feet.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, especially when it's late in the match. You don't want to go for a reverse with 15 seconds left, and then you get bellied out and you can't get up.
Yeah, so once you get to about 30 seconds, you guys be aware that, if you do get in trouble, it's better to try to bail, give 1 instead of allowing him to get all the way around behind you and reverse you. So right now, Bo looks in control, riding the young man out.
Yeah, he's staying in good position. He got a little high there for a second. Nice job staying behind
Still
the elbows.
Following.
Whoa, don't give up that.
That's not a count.
That's not a 2 either.
Yeah, I don't know that he's.
I mean, you really got to have a near fall count, which he did count, and he still has a 2
He gave 2 reversal, Eric, and 2 near fall. So that's going to still put us behind.
Yeah, it's going to put us behind by 1. So somebody in the corner needs to be hollering at Bo. We got to cut him here. Cut him or turn him.
That score's not right.
Yeah, I can't tell if we have a cradle locked up inside there. No.
It should be 10-9. We are losing.
Yeah.
I don't. Did he not signal the 2 near fall?
He did signal it. I saw him see it. We didn't catch it, and that's what's going to be a bad deal about all this. Because nobody knows the score. I would think Sulphur coaches would know the score, but
I would think everybody on the bench knows the score if you're watching the match and either side.
So I guess they missed it, and the referee didn't keep up with it. Kind of confusing. Either that, or maybe they didn't call the 2.
Did we get?
So maybe it was 2 reverse.
We got the victory, right?
Yeah, they gave the victory to Bo. Maybe it was a 2 reverse he signaled up, but I could have sworn.
Well, he was holding 2 near fall.
I know he was. So kind of confusing.
It's 7-6, and that 2 reversal, 2 near fall. But hey, we'll take it.
Got a couple of other little guys here. So.
What do we know?
But who knows? We might have to go back and replay that when I get home tonight and see if I was asleep up here not paying attention or what. But
here we got another little small group of wrestlers going. Same thing. They look to be 5 or 6 years old. Oftentimes, people think wrestlers are small in stature or short.
There's some.
But I'm here to tell you there's 14 weights, and from 106 to 285, there's all shapes and sizes.
Yep, all different body types.
And we've been really successful in the last 15 years with some long, lanky guys, and they use a little bit different or varied technique. Right now, the McDoulet we got at 190 pounds, long and lanky, and doing an outstanding job. And
yeah, he's probably every bit of 6'4", 6'5", I would say.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, on that last match, so what I used to not do is I didn't watch the referees real close. I was always watching the wrestling.
Right.
But when I asked one of my coaches sitting next to me on either side, I expected them to know what the score was and what happened.
Yep.
And so their job was to watch the referee and what was scored.
Well, that and also keep up with time. There's a lot of stuff going on in a match,
And there's been times when I didn't know, and, you got heated, and it was not a good exchange. But here, Prost in on a good takedown.
Finishes up. That's 2.
I think, listen to the coaches, they weren't disappointed in Prost. They were a little bit, I think the best word was frustrated maybe. He wrestled well at times, but came up short on the scoreboard.
Gotcha.
I think he finished maybe 7th or 8th as well. He's got a cradle locked up here on the edge of the mat.
And the guy he's wrestling here,
Maddox Mobley, is ranked 4.
Ranked 4th. So.
And we're ranked 6th.
So this will be a big win here. So we can keep the pressure on him. Well, Eli's a well-built kid, isn't he? You can definitely tell he spends a little time in the weight room.
I wrestled with him a little bit last year, and he is strong. Strong's probably the second most. Being strong's probably, I would say, the second most favorable trait. First would be competitive spirit, just being overall competitive and tough and gritty. Probably over strength, too, would be technique. Technique plays a big role.
Good technique can beat strong strength, but
you get somebody that's strong and got the technique.
Yeah, it's hard to get away from.
We've always had several of those guys, and tough and gritty. Eli finished 9th. He went 5-3. So I'm going to look up some of these scores here. He's in on another nice takedown. He probably needs to try to circle to the front
use
to get the guy off balance. Yeah,
or get that leg up like he's doing now.
Oh, you got to expect that dive row. That's become more popular.
It has, definitely. That should be.
Great job defending it, and possibly going to – I would just go straight leg Turk here, which means hook that leg.
Well, he had the other one, step through it, but he just didn't decide to take that opportunity.
So Prost lost to a kid from Arlington Martin. That's a really good program down in Texas.
Yep.
8-4.
Whoa, that was kind of weird. It was almost like the kid tried to do a backflip while we were lifting. Reminds me of that Berry Hill accidental slam there. Where was that at? Geary maybe or somewhere.
I think I think that was at Dual States, so that would have been in Shawnee maybe. He had a leg in and kind of was trying to turn the kid, and the kid came up, and then they just hit.
Oh, man, it was bad. But
remember, it knocked the kid Lulu. He got a concussion, and that was not a good deal. It was
I like that word, Lulu.
Man.
Well, but it did. I think they had to. I don't think the kid finished the match.
No, and it was, the next week was regionals. He wasn't able to wrestle regionals, and there was a lot of people that were disgruntled about it. Right. But it was an accident, and we didn't condone it, and we don't teach that, it's just part of it. And unfortunately, I think we went on a little streak there where we had
it happened a couple of times.
3 slams in 4 weekends, and, it is what it is. Kids wrestled hard and wrestled tough, and not any of the 3 were intentional.
Right.
All right, Prost gets a 5-0 lead here, and looking pretty dominant against the number 4 ranked kid.
Riding tough, staying in good position.
Which probably means the Mobley kid was a state qualifier last year, probably.
I would say so, yeah. Gives up his first point of the match, so we go to 5-1 here halfway through the second period.
And so it looks like in the first round championship in the pools, Prost Inn got beat 4-1 by Zach Dawson, tough wrestler from Marlow.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know.
And
Zach
then he lost another match 5-3 to Nunez from Altus. So all three close, winnable matches. Placed 9th, not bad. I know he probably expected to be higher on the podium.
So Tuttle will have the work cut out for him this Thursday and Friday. What's the name of that dual tournament?
It's the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Dual Classic. Last year was the first year. We were in it last year. The Hall of Fame, National Hall of Fame, which is out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, hosts it. And in year 2, it is a bear. It quickly became a premier event. So
how many teams are invited to it?
16.
And they do 2 pools, or
they do 4 pools of 4. So you wrestle all 3 teams in your pool, and then you go into a gold, silver, bronze, and copper bracket.
Well, we just locked our hands there for some reason.
Yeah, we were kind of around down below his shoulder, above the elbow, but that is a locked hands. Even though you have the arm trapped, you're over the arm. Eli acted like he wasn't sure that was locked hands, so that might need to be explained tomorrow.
Give that up with
and
3
another
seconds left.
point, yeah.
So that's a few of those little things that he definitely needs to work on, especially when you're talking about losing some matches 4-3, 5-8, little things like that. It goes a long ways to,
we call that
finish.
Managing a match, mat management. And in practice and wrestling, you can work those things by situational
simulation.
Hey, you're down by 1 with 30 seconds left. Go. Or you can choreograph it. You can script it in practice as you drill. Like right there, you get a restart with less than 5 seconds left, and the kid hits a roll.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to expect that. Hitting a roll like that and getting away is the most popular technique to use with less than 10 seconds left. And
yeah, especially if you got short time and you get caught or something, you can usually get off your back pretty quick and not going to get pinned with 10 seconds left, but you might get away with 1. So
this big National Wrestling Hall of Fame duel is next Thursday and Friday. We're on Christmas break. Next Thursday and Friday. Any fans that want to see some good wrestling, I've got it pulled up right here. It's unbelievable. 14 of the 16 teams are ranked in the top 40 in the country. Let me repeat that. 14 of the 16 teams are the top 40 in the country.
Where's Tuttle at in the top rankings
We're
in the
ranked
country?
39th as of last week. I think we might have – I'm not sure what the new rankings are. We probably went down possibly by not winning any tournament. Maybe could have went up. There's a lot of different things depending on how some other teams did.
Is the Utah team that was at
Utah team was not in the top 50 rankings.
Okay.
But what you got to look at that, the guy who does those rankings, he'll look and see, okay, we had 2 guys in the finals at the same weight.
He kind of understands what's going on.
Yeah, but what they'll do is they'll look at the whole team and see how many you had in the finals or how many you had get 3rd or 4th and justify some stuff. Oh, nice reshot.
Ooh, kind of took him a little far out of bounds that time, but momentum kind of carried it a little bit as well.
Yeah, just good hard wrestling. That's kind of the nature of it sometimes. And you only got 5 foot of boundary before the gym floor. There's that roll. He caught his leg that time.
It'd be nice to step
30
up that
seconds,
leg
you'd
right
like
there.
to see just a little more control here from Prost. Break him down and get a control, which means trap a wrist, get the near side wrist right here.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily need a turn if you can find one because you're not going to get bonus points. You get 3 here, you're up 10-3. Where those 2 points that you gave up in the second period hurt you for
right. Just for something like this.
So Wyoming Seminary's #1 ranked team in the country. They just won the Ironman. They're in it. The 3rd ranked team, Edmond North, highest Oklahoma team has been in a long time. We don't have any private schools that are dominant like some of these other states. Great win by Eli Prost.
Yeah.
Beating the number 4 ranked kid at his weight. He was ranked 7th. Next is Sean Rounseville at 165 pounds. Let's see who they introduce here. They have 2 kids weighed in from Sulphur.
So one's probably going to bump up, one's going to stay. And what was the score between him and Ethan? Pretty close match?
5-0, I think. So two really strong kids. I think first period was 2-0, and I don't know that Roundsville scored a point or not. I don't know if he escaped. Bo's really good on, or Ethan's tough
Real
on
good
top.
Yep.
You know, Roundsville's coming in from football. He was our running back.
Right.
Strong,
Very good
tough
job this
kid.
year in football.
Super athletic, strong, and
so who else is at this Cowboy Hall of Fame?
so then Edmond North, like I said, the highest in Oklahoma team's been in a while. Some of these schools have these high-powered preparatory schools. You know, we got our fair share of private schools. There's no doubt. You see that, you know, recently that Bishop McGinnis and some others are trying to file a lawsuit against OSAA, which is basically to prevent these teams. It used to be capped. They could only move up one classification. The new rule changes they can move up multiple, except they can't get into 6A, the largest class.
Right.
Here, Roundsville slides off to a good
cradle lock up here.
Yes, into a cradle. I'd like to see him lose the cradle where he could work a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, just because he needs a little bit more mat time coming out of wrestling and
Yeah,
get his
coming out of
heart rate
football.
up, sustain his heart rate up. You know, that's only 1 minute.
Yeah.
You know, on the clock. And could have let him up and got some more mat time. That kid was a good, strong kid.
Yeah.
Next we go to Ethan Teague at 175.
He's the second of our OSU commits.
And the gentleman he's wrestling is a bump up from 165 up, so they weight in two at 165. You can only bump up one weight class due to safety reasons.
This kid's coming out firing. What's his name?
Jet Runyon. Ethan with a good counter to an ankle.
So is Blair Academy at this too, or?
Yes. So fifth-ranked Poway. Poway's really good. You know, we beat them last year in California. You know, they're predominantly one of the
top teams in California year in, year out. Yeah.
And
them and Buchanan.
They're a really big high school in San Diego. So little town of Tuttle beat them, you know, to win that tournament in California.
Gilroy
2
tournament.
years back. Yep. Ethan's just putting on a takedown show here. You'd kind of like to see him separate, get a little bit of distance. You know what I mean? That's I don't know that you get a whole lot out of that if you just hold him down and run around him. Let him up, you know, and work on some alternate attacks maybe.
He's working for a cradle here.
You know, he
too.
got
Looks
3
like he got it locked
takedowns,
up.
but they were all just kind of overwhelmed the guy with his power.
Right.
And picks up the fall.
So tonight we've only had 2 matches go the distance, I believe, right? Everything else has been a fall or a tech fall.
Yep. So Dale Barton out of New Jersey rounds out the top 10. They're ranked 9th.
Wow, I've never even heard of them.
They came the last couple of years. They're preparatory school as well in New Jersey. So they're.
How about Lake Highlands Prep?
Lake Highland Prep's there. So the next group is Buchanan out of California. We wrestled them a few years back. Lake Highland Prep is 12. 16 is Bixby, Oklahoma. 20 is St. Peter's Prep, another Jersey preparatory school. Remaining teams in the ranking: Stillwater, 22. Pomona, they're underranked in my opinion.
They're out of Colorado.
They're ranked 24.
They're good year in, year out.
I know their head coach, and I saw him. He's got a daughter who goes to school at Oklahoma State. And he was at football game here a few weeks ago. I was at the tailgate, and we got to talking. And
well, Noah's another one of our good football players. He's coming out looking pretty good tonight so far too. Just
came around, locked up a cradle. He's got to be a little bit disappointed in his effort at the Mid-America team. Took a couple of losses, didn't finish as high as he wanted.
Yeah, being a senior, you know, never been a state placer, state qualifier, I believe 2 years, maybe.
He was state qualifier last year.
For sure. I think he might have been one the year before. Or maybe he got beat in the blood round at regionals. But good win for him here tonight.
We're going to have to tune up our schedule next year. At this rate, it looks like, 65-0, and one other night, 82-0. It's
we need to wrestle some Marlowe Chickashays next year.
It's sometimes difficult. Here's a couple of other We must not have any heavyweights in the youth program.
Looks like we have a bunch of 50-pounders, though.
Yeah. The
these
ankle
young men look
biters.
a little bit older. They might actually be Division II guys here.
But, yeah, it was extremely difficult building the schedule. A lot of your 6A schools don't want to wrestle you because you're 4A,
Right.
even though you may be nationally ranked, and they are and things.
So where do you think Tuttle falls in the state of Oklahoma? Are we a solid number 2 or a close number 2?
I think probably number 3 behind Bixby and Stillwater, and then, of course, Edmond North. But we do have on the back end of the schedule some tougher.
Yeah, I know we have Allen and Broken Arrow both coming here.
Yeah,
for a
well, we get Piedmont.
Piedmont's usually a solid team.
Well,
Coach Ford
nope,
does a
that's
good
just
job.
junior high. So we get Guthrie, they're average, class above us. Newcastle, they're
Yeah.
they need some work. We do get Allen. We do get Allen and Broken Arrow in January.
And Marlowe.
But then Norman North and Mustang, they're just average. So it's hard to get some teams to come wrestle you. You know.
Well, and here's another football player, Cody Absinthe. I actually got a call yesterday. Coach Bryant, who's the offensive coordinator at Fort Hays State, was here at the school and came to visit with Cody and Noah about playing football up there next year.
Yep.
I know we have 2 Tuttle kids up there right now that are probably watching us along with their roommates. So a shout out to the boys of Hays, Kansas.
Yeah, you see that a lot of times where, you know, you get 1 or 2 kids go somewhere and that opens up the connections or the pipeline. And, and then you get some trust built. You know, if there's trust built with that coaching staff there, then you feel comfortable sending more kids that way, and that's a potential to happen right there.
Yep. No, I think it'd be good for them.
Cody with the first takedown takes a 2-0 lead. Wrestling Jaron Green. Let me round up the rest of these teams. So Pomona 24, Mason Paris 28, Clovis High School out of California 31st, Joliet Catholic 38th, and then Tuttle 39th. So 14 of the 16 teams.
Oh, he's kind of grabbing his elbow. Maybe kind of popped on him a little bit.
Yeah, looked like that guy kind of that can be called an illegal move, where you try to underhook somebody and they try to, you know, we used to call it just elbow blower.
Right.
You can't really take and just try to, you know, tweak their elbow like that. If anything, warn the guy from unnecessary roughness.
So when they do these pulls, will they kind of seed the pulls and throw you into that direction? So the one would wrestle the 48th or whatever.
Yeah, so one will wrestle the – so, you know, there's only 4 teams in there, so you're going to have 1 and 16 and 9 and 8 in one pull, and then you'll go 2 with 15, and then 10 and 7, or you know, you just break it all down. So obviously,
so Tuttle will be in.
We're going to be the 14th seed.
Okay. So we'll be in there with a number.
Blackwell's in it, and they're not ranked in the country. They're the 15th team, and I can't remember who the 16th team is.
But I would say Blackwell's one of the top schools in Oklahoma in 3A, right?
Yes. Yeah, we had a really good duel with them last year up there.
Yeah.
So last year I think we got put in the 3rd pool, which would have been the bronze. Is it bronze or copper? Which one's bronze is above copper, right?
Bronze is above copper. So do you have to win your pool to go to the gold, or they take the top 2?
No, you win your pool. So
okay, so we finished 3rd in our pool.
Yes, and then you
go to a whole, like a pool bracket kind of deal.
And so they're running 6 mats, and they're going to have it all lined out. Where the hard part about a dual tournament, be careful of that cradle, Cody, is knowing what matches are the good matches, because you know you just got duels going, and you don't necessarily know, hey, this is the semifinals, you know, or we're in the finals.
Or even team to team, you could have a number 1 against a number 2 ranked kid.
Yeah,
and
it's part of a duel. Nobody knows. So they're going to have some programs, and they're going to be announcing, and each mat is going to have play-by-play that you can log into. I'm one of the play-by-play guys. I'll be on one of the mats calling the duel. Hardell Moore.
You're going to be cheating on me then. Huh?
I will be cheating on the old Tiger TV at the Hall of Fame duels, and I don't know that I'll get to call many of Tuttle duels. I said, guys, try to let me at least get on one or two of their matches.
Definitely.
And, so.
What? So where's
nice takedown.
That was a nice takedown. Right to the half to get a 2 count. I think we got a quick 2 count there. We did. What? Where is the tournament located?
It's in Galagraba,
okay.
GIA.
Man,
That's where it was last year.
You can't
so
beat that then.
It's a great recruiting opportunity for OSU because you got 14 of the top 40 teams come in. Then go look at the Hall of Fame. Then go see OSU's wrestling room, and they can see where they're going to wrestle there in Galagraba. So it's like a free unofficial visit.
Oh, 100%, yeah. With it being over the Christmas break, I wonder if do they stay in dorms or anything like that? Or
I think they got them put up in different hotels around there. Work that kind of package.
So that is a big. For dual tournament, there's nothing like that in the nation. Not
no.
when you're bringing that in.
So it has quickly become a premier dual tournament. A lot of people tell you duels are a lot more fan friendly. And build more of a following, of course, than sitting at a tournament all day long.
Yeah.
And because, we know, so we're going to wrestle in the morning or the afternoon, and then we're going to wrestle in the morning or afternoon. So we might have our 3 duels in the morning session from 9 to 1 instead of 3 to 7 on Thursday, and then Friday vice versa or something. So you can come in and watch them. They're scheduled every hour and a half, and if you want to go home, fine, or if you want to stick around and watch some of the private schools.
So what's broadcasting it?
It'll be on Rockfin.
Okay.
So, the Rockfin, so you get a 1-month subscription if you want. I think it's like $9.99 or maybe something like that. Cody's got a 7-1 lead going to the third period.
Nice takedown.
Nice takedown. I was going to look and see if this young man was ranked.
I would say Cody's got to be ranked 1 or 2 in 4A, I would think, being a state
Cody's
runner-up
probably
last year.
1 or 2. The number 1 kid who beat him last year, he
moved up to 6A.
Went over to Broken Arrow.
So they'll wrestle in the duel when we wrestle them.
Oh, and he caught him with a fall, baby.
I'm not even sure what that move's called, but
yes, Cody's ranked number 1. They still got Gunnar Wilson down here, but we know he's at Broken Arrow. And this young man that just wrestled, I don't know that he was ranked. Next up, Justice Gilliam is ranked number 1 at heavyweight.
Oh, man.
He'll be taking on Jace Warren, who's ranked number 3. I can't remember how that match went last year. They wrestled the Tuttle tournament.
Well, Jace had a couple of really good matches at the Tuttle tournament, I know. I can't remember how it went either.
Jace was a state placer last year, placed at Kansas City, placed at the Geary tournament, also placed at Mid-Cals.
Had a rough start to the season coming against El Reno. That was last Thursday night?
Yeah, last Thursday took that shot. The guy scored on him. I thought time might have been out.
Yeah, it was close.
Like to see it go overtime.
Yep, I agree. And he's just coming out of football as well. So
I think Jace last week. Cody Abson got 4th last week. He got beat by a kid from Olathe East, which is in Kansas, and he got beat by Hardy from Piedmont, so he got 4th.
So there's another Hardy, huh?
Yes, yes.
Brock Hardy's little brother.
Yep, Brogan Hardy.
Okay.
Brock Hardy, he plays football at OSU now.
Yep.
He gets in on some special teams. Tough kid.
Oh, yeah. Good kid. Well, Jace holding his own here, first period.
So Jace placed 5th last week. He got beat by the Watonga kid who was at Weatherford. Got caught and pinned. And I believe that's the only match he lost. Yeah, he went 7-1 last week. So he got a lot of mat time.
It's kind of that weird deal where you said when you lose, you automatically can only get 5th place of the best
yeah,
you can get. Right?
So he actually lost in the quarters and then came back and won 3 in a row, but the best you get's 5th. Because if you lose in the semis, you go for 3rd and 4th.
Right.
The way that works in a tournament because of the 5-match count, and
right.
shortening up the length of the tournament. Jace gave up a takedown there. I didn't see how Jace got under him. Did the Gillum kid pull him down?
Yeah,
or did
it was kind of like a little snap under, duck under. Looks like the band is kind of clearing out in there. You got a lot of fans that came from the band concert. Now they're looking in the window.
Yeah. You know, I need to ask Coach Williams when we're going to have the band playing. That's always a little added.
I would definitely.
I used to always try to
have
make
them in
sure.
here against Allen and Broken Arrow would be really cool. I would think I'd bring the house with that.
I used to always make sure. I tried to tell Mr. B, hey, I want you here on this night, because, you know, the intimidation, psychological effect. I would take any advantage I could get, and if I could get them to play the drums, and Mr. B knew when to get them going. When we had them on the ropes.
And especially playing the fight song, you know.
Yeah.
Tuttle fight song. If you're not from Tuttle, you probably hate it, but if you live in Tuttle, you love it because it's just raw, you know.
Yeah. And so it brings another dimension to the wrestling duel, having a live band in there. And it's not the full band. It's, you know, just a little put together kind of jazz band. And they play a lot of popular music as well, you know, and just a great addition to a nice wrestling match.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely probably need to talk to him about coming in here for Broken Arrow and Allen. Is that on a weekday or is that a weekend?
It's on a Tuesday night, so it's not the most favorable time in the schedule. It's on the Tuesday when we get back from Mid-America. So,
oh, man. Might have a little jet lag coming back.
Yeah, and possibly banged up and, you know, bruised.
Yeah, and then Marlowe's typically always our last duel of the
Get that shoulder down, Jace. Keep your left shoulder down. Now you got to try to build up to your knees. You want to try to get to your knees here. And the Gillum kid from Sulphur is doing an outstanding job of keeping the weight and pressure forward on him. He caught him at chicken wing. Jace got to get his left shoulder down, try to limp that arm through. Jace is showing a little bit of flexibility here. Got to keep your head down, too. Don't let him pull your head back. We're under 10 seconds, so he's getting slowly in a compromised position. He needs to fight hard back to his belly.
5 seconds here. No near fall yet. We're close, but no near fall yet. Don't let him come over the head, man.
Saved by the buzzer right there with some near fall.
Now, let's see if Jace can ride tough on top here and get at least some near fall points.
A lot of times these heavyweights, they'll try to go really hard that first 10 seconds to get away. So if Jace can match that and break him down, we'll have a chance to.
He did. You were right. He went really hard.
Pull that bar in. You know, the other thoughts now, this kid's kind of like, well, I got a 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
I just can't give up an arm or control. And did the old knee slide stand up.
Well,
so essentially it's going to have to be 2 takedowns by Jace, which is, you know, oftentimes difficult at the heavyweight match.
And this will be our last match of the evening.
Yeah, so if you're an avid wrestler fan or even just casual fan, you might want to make sure you mark next Thursday and Friday to come up and watch some great wrestling. You can see the #1 team in the country, along with 13 others in the top 40.
Yeah, pretty unique deal. So halfway through the third period here, if you got 2 takedowns, now's the time to kind of get rolling, isn't it?
Yeah, the other thing is you may need to look for feet to back, like a head and arm, headlock, or maybe go lateral.
Try to dig some underhooks in.
You know, because feet to back, you get a 2 count, that's 4 points. You get a full 5 count, it's 5. So Jace is going to have to try to take some risk here. Yeah, we do got a big crowd there from the band watching the last match here through the window.
Well, they have definitely piled up, especially when you have a duel that's 71-0.
As we're under 15 seconds, Jace just had a hard time really
just getting
finding a position to get in. You'd like to see maybe an underhook, and this kid's doing a good job blocking his elbow. Going to give up a 3-0 decision. I think the Pullum kid might have been, what was he last year in 3A?
Yeah.
Is he the 3A state champion?
Either was state champion or he got second, runner-up. I'm not for sure. But appreciate you guys tuning in tonight for Eric Terry and Coach Matt Serber, we appreciate it, and hopefully you guys can make it out to Stillwater this weekend to support the Tuttle Tigers up in Stillwater. But for those of you that blew Matt's phone up, we weren't really paying attention, but we got probably a lot of really good comments.
I'll check that next time so we can, we got Mr. Coker from Stillwater tuning in, and Dylan Koppenbarger up in Kansas, graduated here in 2000. Man, I can't remember. 11 maybe?
But appreciate that. You guys keep it coming. We'll see you next time here on Tiger TV.